Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Key to the sound. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions,
The #1 reactionary channel on YouTube.
I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Ringo TV.
Oh yeah, well, money. Oh yeah, oh yeah, money. How I money in my pocket. Lights on now, yeah. Money, making money. Niggas be looking at me, rolling on the block, man, I'm getting paper, rolling. Looking at me, I'm looking so fly. All of these niggas, they looking at me, man, wishing to die. Chilling in my car, man, I'm getting paper. All of these bitches out here, man, they want this nigga. Rolling. Niggas be holding out. Don't wanna give a nigga his flowers. I'm a boss. See me flexing on the road. Window down, top down, shades on, blinged out, ringed out, designer on, nigga looking fly. How could you hate on a nigga that be doing well? Mad niggas, they up in jail. Niggas mad because I'm doing well. Whole time and I'm smelling good. Niggas out here up in the hood. All day I'm popping. Bodies, they dropping. BK, I'm rapping. Niggas out here half stepping. Niggas talking, they bitching up. Money. Online, they trolling. Lights on, drip where people stare. Everywhere. Yeah, I'm rolling in the top, chilling in the drop. Making money, man, I'm doing this non-stop. Rolling, hot, and I'm top now. BK, I'm rapping, niggas out here half-stepping. Speeding through the night.
Ringo
yeah,
TV
fly. Roll the window
Reactions.
Down, make the music play.
We in the building for another one. You already done know what it is.
Rolling through the hood with the top down. Making money, making that sound pop. Oh, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where are the ladies at? Going up and I be flipping in. Came out and I be ripping in. Ripping down that top down. Rolling with my windows down. Spinning rims, rolling out. Lights on, money here. Looking fly, dressing up. Shades on, looking good. Rolling.
Welcome to the stream. You already done know what it is. Ringo TV Reactions. We in the building for another one. I'm gonna be dealing with this issue, continuing on with this topic about Takeoff, and it's a lot of information that we got to pretty much talk about. I don't even know where to begin. You're hearing all these different rumors popping up online. I'm hearing word that, you know what I'm saying, somebody, they got a hold of somebody. I guess somebody they claim did it, and they pretty much said that they offed him. But I ain't believing none of that because I did my searches and ain't nothing come up. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't hear nothing about nobody getting shot, nobody dying. And then again, if you were to do that, that would implicate Quavo, the Prince family, all of them would be involved. If anybody turn up dead anytime soon in Houston, there's going to be a lot of people going down. So whatever rumor that is, that gots to be false. I'm not even buying that one. It doesn't even make any sense. But we got a lot to talk about. It's like this situation, it's like they trying to hide what's going on. It's like the Prince family is hiding. No word from Quavo. We ain't hearing nothing. Jazz Prince, we ain't hearing nothing from him either. Then you have to look at this other character, because I'm learning all the names. You have somebody else named, I think his name is MIGOS Bands. That's the other guy that had the gun in the video. We got to look at a lot of things. There's a lot of things we're going to look at. So as you come into the building, just click the like button one time. This is the best reactionary channel on YouTube. There is no other. There's no other, right? It don't make no sense you go anywhere else. This is your one-stop shop for pretty much everything, right? So now we got to look at a couple of things. We got to look at a couple of things before we get into this particular video. I'm going to be reviewing the blood sacrifice video that I made, along with some other parts of the music video that I left out the first video, which is very telling, especially that elevator scene. That elevator scene pretty much had a lot of info. And throughout that music video, if you notice, someone was by the window, someone was by the door, and it was a woman. If you pay attention to that music video, it was the same woman. It was actually someone trying to warn Takeoff that his death was coming. Yeah, it was a warning. And the other dude that was at the beginning, we're going to get into it, that was standing by the door, is pretty much the people responsible at this particular event that they were invited to. And it resulted in Takeoff pretty much losing his life. So we're going to try to piece this thing together, because a lot of people are talking, and be very, very careful with clickbait channels. There's a lot of these clickbait channels on YouTube right now where people are saying Quavo gave a public statement. Lies. Pure lies. He have not come out to make any public statement, but you have a lot of channels that are making up stories as they go. Some of these videos these people have put up have like 2 million views, and they have ads on the video. So those people probably made about a good $20,000 off of one video, off of a lie. So be careful when you see stuff like that. It's good to Google it first before you even click on those type of videos, because a lot of people are basically milking the system with fake stuff. A lot of clickbaiting is going on right now. There is also word about somebody that was wearing yellow. I'm hearing word about that. We have Jazz Prince, who is pretty much on his Instagram throwing up the 6. And you already don't know what that means. This is not looking good. So we have a lot of things that we want to cover, fam. A lot of things I want to cover in this stream here. Just a bunch of information, man. Bunch of information. Let me see where can I begin? Because there's so many different things I got to talk about. Jazz Prince. Yeah. Isn't it interesting how he's throwing up the Illuminati signs, letting you know where he stand? And see, a lot of you guys, you got to pay close attention to this, because, you know, when we seen the video of the Instagram story that Quavo pretty much was recording, it was very evident that they were in that car right there, the car of death. And they were being driven around around town in 5th Ward where rappers have no place being. But the Migos wanted to be cool. But it's interesting because Quavo been rolling around with this guy a lot. This is not new. Quavo been hanging out with this guy for a long time. Very, very long time. And this is why the blood sacrifice video is very, very serious, because when you really think about it, these guys are real close. And ain't no telling what they had planned for your boy Takeoff. Ain't no telling. Very, very interesting, man. When we look at this character here, MIGOS Bands. Yeah, that's right. That's the guy that had the gun in the video, and it was clear that he did, in fact, take shots. Was this the guy that took the life of Takeoff? See, it's interesting how the news media, the police, the detective, the chiefs, all these guys, they're all playing around right now. It seemed like the majority of you folks, you have to come to social media to listen to content creators and different influencers, because it seemed like we actually look for the pieces and put stuff together and start making sense out of these things, whereas everybody else is just busy trying to cover things up. Right? So this guy right here, he been rolling with Quavo for a long time. I don't know if he's related, family member or not. If anybody know that information, you could put it in the chat. But this guy right here is definitely a suspect. Possible murderer. We know about the public statement that pretty much Jay Prince put out, but yet we got no public statements from Quavo. Nothing from Jazz Prince, nothing. We ain't hearing nothing from no MIGOS Bands. Everybody's in hiding. But all these guys want you to believe they have love for Takeoff. They don't got no love for this guy, man. Wow, isn't this interesting? Isn't that Jazz Prince? Isn't that MIGOS Bands right there? And look who's in the middle, your boy Quavo. See, these guys are real close. And this is why all of them are quiet, because they're all they're all very, very close. And see, this is why the blood sacrifice is very, very serious. And a lot of people think this is a game. I've been trying to let y'all understand this, but y'all been playing games. Y'all been saying I'm crazy, thinking that I'm nuts. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the truth of the matter is, the blood sacrifice rituals is real. And when that day come, people are going to do things, and it's going to be business as usual. The Migos allegedly was invited to a birthday party. And being that they were invited, they checked in with the Prince family, allegedly, followed all the proper protocol of doing what they had to do. And for whatever reason, Takeoff pretty much checked out in a body bag. Now think about that. You come into Houston, you following all the rules, but then this happens to you. But Quavo, he's not speaking about it. He's not talking about it. He's just staying quiet. Does that sound like an uncle that loves his nephew? No, of course not. He don't got no love. He don't got no love for his nephew. If he did, he would be saying something right now. The man is quiet about the whole thing. Why? Because he got a lot to hide. See, sometimes them blood sacrifices go wrong. People make mistakes. They're sloppy. That's why Jay Prince had to come out and say, look, y'all can't hide behind me. Y'all want to go out there and be reckless and do a bunch of crazy stuff. Now you're going to have to own this one. So don't think that you can hide behind me and I'm going to somehow come through and save you. But see, as much as he's talking, he could end up getting caught up in the crossfire too, because his family is involved too. Y'all all seen the clip of, I believe it's Jazz Prince, walking right past the body of a dead man that they invited to the party. And yet he was like, he didn't even care. Now, what does that say? What does that say about the family, the Prince family, to be quite frank? If you have to check in when you're a celebrity and they want you to believe that you're good, you don't got nothing to worry about, you and your entourage can come through, and this is what they want you to believe, then their credibility don't stand no more. Because a man lost his life. And because a man lost his life, that speaks volumes of the Prince family. It says that you're not going to be protected and that no man is safe. Quavo should have known that from the beginning. That's why I believe that Quavo allegedly lined up his his nephew, to sacrifice him. And I believe also that later down the road, we're going to hear Offset and Quavo coming together, putting out some new album. And the reason why I believe this is because, they not cool right now, but being that this situation happened, it allows them to form back together, start making more records, and become even more successful off the blood of Takeoff. I mean, if you think about this, these guys put out a music video on the day, on Halloween. Think about this. A music video. Just 2 weeks ago, I believe these guys, I seen them on a video with the Drink Champs. And you heard Takeoff talking about, give me my flowers now. I want my flowers now, not when I'm gone. I don't want my flowers when I'm gone. I want them now, while I'm alive. Now he's gone. Isn't it interesting how when men ask for their flowers when they're alive, they don't get them. But then 2 weeks later, they get deleted. Now everybody want to give them their flowers. It's too late. He said he don't want his flowers when he's gone. That's what he said. Right? So it brings us to all of this mess, this cover-up. It is a cover-up going on right now, whether you believe it or not. Why nobody has been arrested yet, and we have video all over social media with men with guns and nobody's brought in? Like, that doesn't ring a bell to you? So you mean to tell me the Prince family is above the law? That's basically what I'm seeing here. I can guarantee you, if I was there and I had a gun on me, I would be brought in already. But it seemed like these guys, it's such a complicated situation. They're trying to buy themselves time. All over social media, we have all the facts, all the clues, different evidence, and yet, where's the investigation on this matter? Where's the information? We have suspects on camera, and yet nobody's interested in that. Is this going to be one of them situations where it just get brushed under the rug? And I'm also learning that this particular situation is no different than what happened to the so-called jeweler guy. Y'all remember him? I think it's Duke or something, the jeweler. Didn't he die similar at a dice game? Wasn't a couple of other rappers there? Wasn't Jazz Prince there? Allegedly. So it's like, wait a minute. So everybody dies at these dice games. Everybody getting lined up. Is that what's happening here? Y'all can't see how this thing goes? People are coming out thinking they good because they check in, but then they check out in a body bag. See, you shouldn't have to check in with anybody. You should have your own security, if you really think about it. You should have your own security. I don't see how they checked into Houston, did what they had to do, and for whatever reason, this happened on the watch of the Prince family at their birthday party. This was not supposed to happen. This is why I believe this is an orchestrated hit, a blood sacrifice ritual, where both parties are able to benefit from this. The Prince family, as well as Quavo. It be that ruthless out here, fam. You can't trust nobody. That man was targeted. Those bullets went straight to him. Quavo walked off and left his nephew behind. Quavo was way down, walking, getting away, while his nephew was back there in the line of fire. You tell me. They know what they doing, bro. Everybody else get to go home, but one man got bullets inside of him. You don't see that's a problem? You don't see that this was actually orchestrated? You can't see that? This was orchestrated. The timeline of events, the music videos, Halloween, Jazz Prince throwing up the 6, the 666. You don't see it, fam? This was a blood sacrifice ritual. This is what they do in the industry. And right now, they trying their best to cover it up by buying time, letting days go by, waiting for everything to wind down. That's why on social media, they don't want nothing out there. That's why Jay Prince said this should have never been recorded. Why? Because they know by this being recorded, the streets are going to start to talk. People are going to start make videos. And before you know it, arrests are going to be made. Whatever Jay Prince's sons and whoever did, that all falls back on him. They got to take that L. This responsibility was done on their watch. Because if they have a party anywhere in Houston, the father already supposed to know about that. And if the father know about that, then everything's supposed to be good, but it wasn't good. So that falls back on the father and his credibility. Do you understand me? So why the police ain't talking to him? Why the father ain't giving up who is who in his camp? Because we saw based on his testimony that he put out there. Let's go look at that. You clearly see what he says right here. Let me see if I can read this thing real quick. He said, the Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff, the Houstonians and families around the world. This one breaks my heart because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. Grief is the price of love, a bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn this loss. I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years, and there has been nothing but mutual love for one another. And that ain't going to ever change where we are concerned. See, all those words sound nice, but when you really think about it, it's not really coming from the heart. Those words are not coming from the heart, fam. That's just damage control. That's when you know you guilty, when you know your family effed up and you know the police is coming, and you got to put out these statements to make things look good. So of course they're going to say stuff like that. Of course they're going to say this mutual love for one another, and that ain't going to ever change where we are concerned. He goes on and it says, this shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have ever been in our city, happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded. No, it should have been recorded. What do you mean it shouldn't have been recorded? You didn't want us to see Jazz Prince? You didn't want us to see the burner? You didn't want us to see MIGOS bands with the gun? Obviously, there was an altercation, so it needed to be recorded. What do you mean by it shouldn't have been recorded? Sounds like you don't want people to be held accountable, but yet you say you got love for these people. It doesn't make any sense. You understand? He said, and this damn sure shouldn't be circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. As I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another. But the truth be told, Jazz Prince don't got no love for Takeoff. He don't got no love. Where's his public statement? Where's Quavo's love for Takeoff? Where's his public statement? Where's his video? Why he's not going live? Why he's not giving a response on social media so people can hear what he got to say? You know why? Because they all guilty. That's why. They're guilty. They're guilty. This was a sloppy job, and for whatever reason, it's backfiring. It's backfiring. And eventually somebody gonna have to do some hard time, and they're all at the camp deciding who's gonna take the rap for this. Who's gonna take the rap? Because people are gonna start talking. Once the police grab one of them, they're gonna start to talk. You understand? He says, as I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, as if though he really care about that, right? Which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black on black killing. See, he sound all sentimental like he really care, but he really don't. He don't care about none of these people. He don't care about who died. He don't care at all. If he did, he would pretty much bring forth whoever's in his camp responsible, because his own public statement implicate his family involvement. By him clearly saying that, hey, you can't hide behind me, clearly tells the public that, hey, somebody close to you was responsible for something that you heard. So now the Prince family is involved in this one. So why the police ain't involved in this? Because the police is bought and paid for too. Allegedly. Y'all think I'm gonna sit back here and believe that the police is doing an investigation? No, they're not. The police in Houston is allegedly corrupted and cover up all sorts of crimes, fam. The streets control the police. Do you understand me? The streets control the police. Police don't control nothing, fam. If these guys could be all in their videos talking about they're part of the mob, they're doing this, they're gangster, they walking around with their guns, everybody just hanging out, doing whatever. You think the police got control over this? No. They control the police. Police is scared for their life. You understand? Think about this. All this evidence is on social media, and yet there is no word of no arrests. Where's the camera footage? Where's the camera footage of the event? Where's the security in the front of the building? Where's all this information? Why it's not out there? What about the getaway car that left the scene? We're gonna bring that footage out to you tonight. We're gonna bring out all of that information. Where's that footage? Who got in that car? Why nobody's talking about it? One big cover up, man. Blood sacrifice ritual. I keep telling y'all, fam. That's what it's all about. He goes on, he says, they say Satan is the author of confusion, and right now there are many lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. See, that's one of the biggest problems I have with Jay Prince, is that he's calling the media whores, but he's not concerned about who put a bullet in his so-called nephew's head. because he called him nephew. He ain't concerned with that, right? So he calling the people that speaking about these things media whores. He says, I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me. Now, think about this. Why would Jay Prince say whoever's responsible for putting a bullet in my nephew's head, that you can't hide behind me? It's because he already done know whoever did it is a part of his team. Do you see that? That's a confession right there. He dry snitch on himself. So all of those people that was at that event that had guns, oh, they are part of this. So he's basically saying, you can't hide behind me on this one. Don't expect daddy to bail you out, because it's not going to happen. So being that he put that information out there, why the police is not involved yet? What's taking them so long? I thought the so-called chief said, we're going to solve this case. Seems like he can't even keep his word. You guys got access to all the resources, all the cameras, everything, but yet y'all don't got no information, nothing yet, no leads, when social media is booming with all sorts of information. Come on, man. It's cover up, man. That's what they're doing here, is all the cover up. You understand? He said, therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known. Let it be known that you can't hide behind me, besides me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate dumb-ish. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible. No, Prince, you know who bullet is responsible, because you're making it very clear that it's somebody from your team. So stop the cap. You understand? Let's stop playing games. He says, I speak these words not knowing whose bullet. Whose bullet mean more than one. You see, Prince, you wasn't thinking this out clear. By you saying whose bullet, you're saying it was more than one. More than one person from your team that had guns at that event. That means more than one guys was over there with guns. So now you're responsible for this now. All of this falls back on you. These guys checked in Houston. They checked in, did what they had to do. But yet Takeoff checked out in a body bag. He didn't go over there planning to die. He went over there to have a good time. And this is what happened. And Quavo, you're to blame for this, because at the end of the day, that's your nephew. You're responsible for where he's at. You brought him there. It seemed like you have more ties to these particular guys than your nephew. And for whatever reason, you wasn't looking out for his best interest. So he left in a body bag. You went home, and up to now, you don't even have the balls to be a man and come out in the public and share your thoughts about what went down. That tells me straight up and down that you sacrificed that man, allegedly. Because there's no way that my nephew could get shot to death, and I'm a rapper, and I got an obligation to the fans, and I ain't make a public statement yet. That's crazy. That don't even make no sense. You understand? So we clearly see Quavo is in hiding, Jazz Prince is in hiding, the Prince family is nervous, and everybody's looking for somebody else to blame. But no, we're gonna hold the right people accountable. The right people for this man's death. Right? Now, he goes on and he says, I don't tolerate dumb-ish. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolishness and has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any man, any human that close his eyes to shoot. Now, Mr. Prince, how do you know a man closed his eyes to shoot? Because you are already done informed on who was the man. So you know who did it. Why would you make a public statement saying that if you didn't know what happened? Because for you to say that, you said it as a fact. You ain't say allegedly. So that means you already was informed. See, you already implicated yourself into this murder. Your family have dirty hands right now, bro. Seriously. And your word is no good. Any rapper, anybody trying to check into Houston, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get lined up. You're going to get lined up just like the jeweler guy. Lined up. Put in a body bag. Do you want to end up like that? This is what happened when you check in and you got street dudes that you think are going to watch over you. No, they busy lining you up. And that's what's happening in this situation here. So, hey, this is for y'all to pretty much pay attention to, fam. Because it seems like nobody is doing any talking to make sense of any of this stuff. Everybody just sugarcoating, talking about this, trying to be all sentimental and quiet. No, we got to get down to the nitty gritty on what happened. Right? He said, I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that closes his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is dangerous. Fam, that makes absolutely no sense, because just by the pure fact that he's shooting is a problem. He's shooting at a so-called birthday party. Why would any man be shooting at a birthday party? This doesn't make any sense. You see, he said anybody that is operating that gun is dangerous, and the results usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation. Well, then who did? Who was really supposed to get shot then, Mr. Prince? Who was supposed to get shot or killed? He says, to the homies in Georgia and around the world that got love for Takeoff like we do, know this. Let's change the narrative in our culture by putting an end to every argument or disagreement resulting in violence. It's okay to live and let live to see another day. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Now, when you listen to that part right there, it sounds interesting, right? But the rumor that's going on around now is that some guy named Lil something was killed or something like that. And they trying to say that he was the one that killed Takeoff. All of that is all cap. That's a rumor at the end of the day. And if it was that somebody got killed, it would contradict the words that Prince said in his public statement about live and let live. Why would you want to go out there and retaliate against some other man? What do you think that's going to do? Make the public be happy with that? No violence is the answer. Let the law of the land do what it needs to do. Whoever pretty much canceled this man need to be brought to justice so he could serve the proper time in prison. We don't need no street justice of anybody coming out figuring, well, I'm going to go handle it the street way. Because if that actually happened, right, then more people will be in prison because only you guys were there. So if anybody get bodied in these streets, they're going to come talking to Takeoff. They're going to talk to MIGOS bands. They're going to talk to Jazz Prince. They're going to talk to Junior. They're going to talk to all these other guys. And pretty much all of you guys going to be in a cell together. That's what's going to end up happening. You understand? So that rumor about whoever died or got shot, there's no stories on social media, on any news platforms of anybody getting killed. So that's a lie. And if they were, it would tie back to the Prince family. They would be involved. You understand? All those guys, every last one of them would be involved because we got all the receipts that those are the guys that were carrying the guns. So why the police is not talking about these guys? I'll tell you again, because the police is allegedly bought and paid for. Don't you understand? That chief, he's bought and paid for, fam, allegedly. I could look at him in that news brief and I can tell by the look on his face that he know he got to clean this up because it involved people that he know. He got to kind of, not make them look like they were at the scene, even though all the social media is booming with all the information, but yet all these investigators, all these people getting paid all this money, they can't seem to investigate nothing, right? Everybody's dying at dice games, but nobody solved no murders yet. Because these are all blood sacrifices. That's why. Do you understand? So, again, Jazz Prince is down with Satan. It's very clear. He's throwing up the 666. He's letting the people know that he fulfilled the purpose. He's letting them know he's down for the cause. When you see anybody throw up the 666, trust and believe, fam, those people are down with Lucifer. Trust and believe that. You see that? Jazz Prince, friends. See this mess? Annual celebrity birthday celebration. Wow. Isn't that amazing? You see how this thing goes? Right in plain sight. They let you know who they working for. Isn't this amazing? But let's get into this video. Let's review this video. I have some more information in this video and some news clips and some other audio I want to examine and pretty much talk about these different things. So let me rewind this thing back real quick so that we can get started with this, because this stuff is just crazy, man. I don't like how this thing is going. Again, I personally believe Quavo and Offset are going to get back together. They're going to release a new album. It's going to be popular. They're going to call it something, something, Takeoff, something, whatever. And it's going to be massive in sales. Just remember you heard that first, right? Let's get into this thing and find out what's going on. Let me see. All right, let me put this back up. Okay. Now, y'all already done seen the first blood sacrifice video, but there's more things I want to talk about regarding this to help you to understand what's going on, because it's that serious. Because people think that this stuff is not real. They think this is a joke, and it's serious business, man. All right? I already warned you about this. That car scene, clearly, the Grum Weeper.
Man, I just had a crazy ass dream, bro. About what? About what? About what? That's shit. Yeah. What the fuck was that? Yeah. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
See, Takeoff didn't know where he was at because he wasn't supposed to know. Just like in that house pretty much was death. That music video was a clear indicator of what was coming. There's no way that you can ride around with your buddy, wake up, and not know where you at. Shouldn't you have known where you were both going? This is to let you understand that this was in fact a blood sacrifice. And a lot of people, they don't want to believe. Got people telling me I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Why would he sacrifice his own nephew? Because that's business. That's how it always been in the industry. It always been like that. You understand? They always been sacrificing each other like that. Family members and all. All right? Let's go. There go your dice game right there. There go your dice game, fam. Right in your face, man. That music video pretty much shows you every single thing. Everything. But yet people acting like they don't see it. Notice how nobody want to talk about the dice game anymore. You even had fake eyewitnesses that claim, oh, there was no dice game now. Now they're saying, oh, there was no dice game. Now they're saying there was no dice game. You know why they're saying that? They're saying there were no dice game because they remember the situation that happened to the jeweler guy that got pretty much deleted. They were all out of damn dice game. Everybody gambling, big money spending. People got jewels all over them, cash all in hand. So they don't want to tie that dice stuff to this situation. So you got paid so-called tragedy actors or whatever you call those folks that come in and they just say things and they don't show no face. And people believe these people. They don't even have to come on camera and they believe them. Keep thinking this is a game. There you go, man. You see the contract. See the gun. This is what you gotta do, fam. He gotta fulfill that contract. Now you know Offset is not with him, so who you gotta take out? Gotta take out Takeoff. Takeoff was the target. There's no way around it. He was the target. Jazz Prince allegedly involved in this. Everybody's involved in this sacrifice. MIGOS bands, you involved too, bro. You can't hide for long. Police is coming for you, fam. Trust and believe that. They coming for you. The evidence is out there, bro. Might as well you just turn yourself in one time. I don't see how these guns were used, but yet nobody don't got information on these shell casings yet. Come on. So let me get this straight. Y'all got all these shell casings, but nobody traced this back to a gun yet? Fam, these people are literally being protected right before your face. Arrest should have already been made. You got people on cameras with guns and nobody's questioning these guys. I don't know what else to tell you about this, man, because this is crazy. This really is a sick world we live in where people just get away with murder. They get away with murder, fam. He must fulfill that contract. He have to do it. And y'all be thinking that he wouldn't? People will delete their own family member. It ain't nothing for them. This fortune and fame, man, people will do anything. Anything for fortune and fame. Happens all the time, man. Check it out, man. You see what's going on there. Got the tombstone on the wall, fam. R.I.P. R.I.P. In a music video that was directed by Quavo. Quavo directed the video. Listen, fam. A lot of you out there in these YouTube streets, right? You may not understand what direct mean, just in case you don't know. But when it comes to filming a music video, a director is the one who pretty much is in control of what's being seen. He's literally the producer who is indirect, trying to show you and tell you a story. And the visuals that you see is the storyline. If I'm directing a movie, I already have everything screenplay. I got everything written down. I know how I want the cameras to look, what I want it to point on, because I'm the director. I'm the one who wrote this whole thing out. I tell the cameraman, I want you to go this way, that, I want that shot to be seen. I want you to see the tombstone on the wall. I want to see R.I.P. and I need Takeoff to be right next to it because I'm telling a story. And most of these people that are down with the Baphomet and the secret societies, they do these type of videos because it tells their master that I followed everything according to that contract. And the people would never know because it's a Halloween video. So what are they going to tell me? They're going to believe some conspiracies? No. Nobody's going to listen to that because they can always say, this is a Halloween video. You're just crazy. That's what they'll do. See that? Directed by Quavo. Wow. Right in your face. So the music video was directed by Quavo. And notice where Takeoff is standing. Right next to the skull and bones. You see that? And notice the person on the outside of the door. See, they want you to believe that this song is about some woman and this and it's messy. No, the person on the outside was trying to warn Takeoff that a blood sacrifice ritual is going down. The woman was trying to warn him. They didn't want to let her in the house to warn him. That's why you had the other dude at the door. It's all in plain sight, fam. It's all in plain sight. See that? That's the same woman. She been trying to warn him all night, all day. All night, all day, trying to warn him. See that? You see the skull and bones hanging? It's right there where Takeoff is standing. Because he's the sacrifice, fam. He is the sacrifice. Yet people want to get mad with me because I'm sharing the truth. It's crazy. Right in the music video, you can clearly see the skull and bones, and Takeoff don't want to listen. He don't want to take heed to the warnings. So what he's doing is he's telling the other guy like, yo, don't let her in. I don't want to be warned. I don't care. No. That's the problem with us. Sometimes we got warnings and we don't want to listen to the warnings. Sometimes people come in our life to warn us about impending destruction and we literally act like we don't hear or see. I could be giving you a warning through this video, but you don't want to hear what I got to say. You think that I'm crazy. You think I don't know what I'm talking about. Because you don't understand how the industry get down. You think that this is a game. You think this is a joke. Okay, keep believing that. Keep believing that. Let's go. Look at that, the Ghost Rider. Skull and Bones. The Ghost Rider. Skull and Bones. Death. Death is coming. See that? They got the Ghost Rider in plain sight to let you know that death is coming. Death was coming like a thief in the night for Takeoff. That night was his death. You understand? This is facts, man. Look at that. Directed. Look at a woman trying to warn him. But no, he don't want to listen. He don't want to listen. Wow.
As a kid, I'm like, who let her live? This bitch got past security. I'm like, who let her live?
Wow, wow, wow. Did y'all notice that? I don't think that anybody noticed that. But we're going to have to take a look at that. We got to take a look at that again. Because that normally goes right over your head and you don't see it. But we got to talk about this. Interesting. See, they put things in this music video in plain sight. And it goes right over our heads. I'm going to see if I can rewind this thing back and get this thing to play. Let me see. Here we go. Let's check this out.
Geeking, I'm bringing all kind of narcotics with me. Narcotics.
Now remember, when Takeoff was killed and the police and everybody was called, it was around 2:30 in the morning. You see the time in the elevator? 2:39. See that? Now, check this out. This is the part that you ain't get. they messed up. When they do blood sacrifice rituals, it must be according to the numbers, and the timing have to be just right. They messed up. This is why it's all over social media. This is why there's a big mess. This is why it's messy. Because their timing was off. Certain things were supposed to happen at a certain time. The elevator says 2:39, but the calls came in around 2:30. These guys technically was about 9 or 8 minutes early. Do you understand? The sacrifice went wrong. It wasn't supposed to go this way. It was supposed to be clean, not messy. See, their own song is telling on them. But there's more. There's more to this. When you understand CTFID, that means that Quavo is under great surveillance. That means that he's being watched. That means that he have software installed inside of his mind to carry out the sacrifice. Do you understand? They're watching him to make sure he go along with that contract. Remember, in that bed, he had that contract in his hand. He had the gun, and they sent him. He have to fulfill it. He have to do it. He got to do it. You see that? Peep it, fam.
Got guns on the table, I'm like, who fired this here? Who? This bitch got past security, I'm like, who let her? This bitch got past security.
He said this B got past security. What is he talking about, a woman? No, he's talking about what's in his hand. That's right. That is what got past security. See, the security that was supposed to be watching over Takeoff, the security was pretty much not paying attention. The security that was in the building during that night, everything got past the security. Guns, everything got past. Do you understand me? And that's why everything was able to go through the way it went. But it all started with Quavo. He is the one that had to go through with the rituals. Do you understand? Let's take a look at this again. Let's go.
I'm like, who let her? This bitch got past security.
Wow, check it out, fam. Check out that on the screen. Huncho. Huncho, if I'm correct, isn't that a record label? Huncho Records? Call of Duty. Black Ops is what the case says. See, the ops came for Takeoff. And who's the op? His own uncle. Allegedly. You see that? Oh, let me see. Wando said Huncho is Quavo's nickname. Oh. Nickname. Alias. So we got two witnesses saying that that's his alias and a nickname. Wow. So now this bag was given to him. That adds even more value to the case because that means that the weapon was given to Huncho, which is Quavo, and it's a call to duty. You see how that works, fam? Y'all know Call of Duty, the video game, Black Ops. They use play on words. See, Takeoff didn't understand that the ops is coming from his own blood, his own people. And he had to fulfill this sacrifice, fam. And notice, he was able to get this past security. He was able to get the bag past security. Isn't that amazing? This is crazy, man. This is wild. So he got the bag past security to fulfill the job of taking this man out. A man that never harmed nobody, wasn't involved in no beef, but for whatever reason, he had to die. Y'all ain't seeing this? Y'all ain't putting the puzzle together? It's crazy, right? But this is what goes down in these streets, bro. This is what goes down, fam. This is what they don't want you to understand. Music videos, movies, always tells a story behind the story. You got to be able to uncover that by using your discernment and wisdom to pretty much open those doors. Hancho is Quavo, and he's under surveillance. They're making sure that he fulfill that contract. That's why he was in that elevator. And if you think about it, the place where the crime took place, they have elevators. They were on the 3rd floor. He had to bring that weapon up. He had to do what he had to do. He was on a call of duty. Black ops. See, your own people is the ops. And that's what you folks have to understand. It's not the white man. Your own people are the ops. Do you understand me? You a rapper. You don't even supposed to be at that party. You were supposed to decline that one. But you tagged along your nephew because you knew what you had to do. Had to line him up, allegedly. You see that? The call of the shooting came in around 2:30 in the morning. The elevator timing, 2:39, 49 seconds. Y'all don't see the coincidence? I guess I'm just crazy, right? I just don't know what I'm talking about. I'm nuts. Yeah, I know. I lost my marbles.
Who let that broke bitch in? Cause she too messy. Who the fuck them broke boys?
Do you see him shaking the blood off of his hand? Do you see that? Are y'all paying attention? See, in that particular scene right there, Takeoff is oblivious to what's happening here. Quavo walked out of that particular room and he's shaking, looking at his hand because he see the blood. He can see the blood. Takeoff can't see the blood, but he can see the blood. And he's looking at his hand. He's like, y'all got to pay attention to this, man. A lot of people just don't have eyes to see, fam. Let's get back into this thing. Let's go. And make sure you get the likes up on the video. We got 700 people in here. Click that like button, fam. Let's push this video through. We need more people to see this. Let's go.
Get out my section. Get out my section. Pour the muscle that broke.
Look at that. Look at that.
Cause she too messy.
Look at him.
Who the fuck them broke boys?
See that?
Get out.
You see that? You see how he's shaking his head? You see that right there? You see that? He can't believe that he's the one that had to line him up. He walked out of there. He's shaking his hand because the blood is on his hand. Quavo, you got blood on your hands, bro. You got blood on your hand, fam. It's all in your video. Remember, you directed this video. So everything you're doing, you directed. You planned it out. You're the one that say action, and then you go do what you got to do.
Get out my section.
Wow.
Bitch in, cause she too messy.
Wow.
Who the fuck them broke boys with? Get out my section. Get out my section.
See that? He knows exactly what he's doing, fam. He know what he's doing. Quavo, man, you got answers to give the people, fam. You can't stay in hiding much longer. You got to come out. All this hiding, you got to come out that closet, bro. This is not looking good. Seriously.
Yo, we sliding through the town, man. We sliding through the town. Now we get down.
You see that, fam? You see the guns? You see this? Now, why the police ain't talking about this? Why the police ain't talking about this? Could anybody please tell me why the police not talking about this?
Got the birthday boy with me. Yeah, also.
You see that? Guess who's in the back seat? Guess who that in the back seat, fam? You know who that is? In the back seat right there? Oh, yeah. That's MIGOS Bands. MIGOS Bands in the back seat. That's right. So all the shooters is riding around with Quavo. And yet, these investigators, the chief, everybody busy playing around, acting like they don't see. And to think, Quavo recorded this. I didn't record this. I'm just reporting the news. These guys film their whole life. This is what they do.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th ward. Like this motherfucker now. I got one for you now. Yeah, we sliding through the town, man. We sliding through the town.
You see the gun right there, fam? Check it out, check it out. You see that? So we got gunmen on camera with their guns exposed, and yet, where the investigators at? You see the Prince family. Did I just make this up? Oh, I get it. I'm the bad guy because I'm reporting the news. But you folks claim that you got love for Takeoff. Please, you don't got no love for him. You don't got no love for him. If you had love for him, you'll want answers. These guys got their guns out. Everything is right there for you to see. Right? So it's all good. Right? Let's go.
Now we get down. Got the birthday boy with me. Yeah, also.
Got the other guy in the back seat over there too.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th ward.
Why would you be in 5th Ward for? Why would MIGOS be in 5th Ward? Why? It's crazy.
Like this motherfucker now. I got one for you now.
We're learning new details about the death of Grammy-nominated rapper Takeoff, who was part of the popular group MIGOS.
He was killed in downtown Houston early yesterday morning outside a bowling alley.
The medical examiner is saying today Takeoff was shot 3 times, in the head, the torso, and the arm.
Do you see that? He was shot 3 times. Takeoff was shot 3 times. Not 2 times. 3 times, according to the medical examiner. Not me. Now, how does a man get shot 3 times? Because he was the target. And this is what they don't want you folks to know. He was the target. He got shot 3 times, fam. You heard the news report. I didn't make that up. They made it very clear. Let's see if we can wind that back.
Now we are hearing from killed in downtown Houston early yesterday morning outside a bowling alley.
The medical examiner is saying today Takeoff was shot 3 times, in the head, the torso, and the arm.
Wow.
And now we are hearing from Houstonians who were with him just hours before the shooting. Brittany Ford joining us live downtown where there is a small collection of flowers and mementos. Brittany.
And Mia, you can see live out here this evening that those flowers and candles are continuing to pile up out here. We've heard from people really from all across the country remembering Takeoff's legacy, including one Houston jeweler who was one of the last to see him. Johnny Dang, owner of Johnny Dang Iced Out Jewelry, was one of the last stops Takeoff would make just hours before the downtown shooting at 810 Billboard and Bowling.
We open late for you because that's a convenient that I always take care of them.
Surveillance video from inside Dang's Richmond Avenue store shows Takeoff and Quavo with entourage entering the...
Now look at this, fam. Now, let's examine this here for a second. You see Takeoff at the top right. Notice who's on the bottom of the screen. Notice who that is. Could anybody guess who that is on the bottom of the screen? Let's see what the chat says about that. And I actually feel like opening the chat for everybody right now, to tell you the truth. me see. Give me 1 second. Nah. Nah. That's not Quavo. The chat is open for subscriber only. So if you want to join the chat, become a subscriber of the channel. That being said, let's move forward. Keep all your comments clean or you're just gonna get blocked and banned from the platform. Just that simple. Now, let's see what they're saying. Based on this particular person down here, that looked like the so-called MIGOS bands right there, fam. That same Navy, whatchamacallit mess, the same hat. That's MIGOS bands. Yeah, MIGOS bands, there you go. MIGOS bands. So he was there. So you see, we got Takeoff at the top. He went in the store, because you know, the Asian guy, he always sell jewels to the industry. All the industry cats, they all go to him. We've seen him many times on social media before. So he's saying that they were there earlier. If you notice, Quavo is in the seat. He's at the top left of the screen. I have to get me some sort of thing where I can point at the screen. I got to get something. Figure out how to do that with this software. He's sitting down in the guy's seat, the jeweler, right? And his entourage is coming up in the spot. Let me see if I can roll the tape and see what happens.
Store around 7 p.m. Monday night. Dang says the two came in to have some pieces clean and look at some other items.
Of course, man, I was so...
Yeah, that particular dude that was at the bottom of the screen was MIGOS bands.
Said right here, I just stand right here. If you can be able to see video, he just said right there on Monday night.
Police say the rapper was shot and killed after an argument broke out at the bowling alley rented out for a private party early Tuesday morning.
So it was rented out for a private party, rented out. So this was not supposed to happen. If it was rented out, that means somebody paid money for this. So these guys were supposed to be good. It was not supposed to be no violence. These guys were supposed to go home, but instead, Takeoff left in a body bag. He left in a body bag, and Quavo got to go home and relax. And yet, he ain't give no answers to the public. Listen, fam, if you guys that have been following me for years on YouTube heard me get caught up in some sort of drama, most high forbid, and I'm at some party, and I'm there with some nephews or some other YouTubers, and I was there, and something popped off and something happened, and you don't hear me come on camera to talk, that's a red flag. If 2-3 days pass by and I ain't say nothing, and you know I'm always on social media, but I don't got nothing to say now, you ought to start to question what was my involvement? What did I do? You gotta really start questioning that, because that means that my hands could be dirty. And in this case, Quavo's hands is dirty. I don't want to hear anything. His hands is dirty. He's supposed to been out here talking.
Dang says Takeoff and members of the Atlanta-based group MIGOS always showed love when in Houston.
But they keep buying it, you know, whenever they go to Houston.
See? So you got MIGOS bands down there on his phone. You got some other dude in a red hat, right? You see Takeoff right there, wearing the same stuff that he had on. You see Quavo sitting down. Most likely they got a bag of money with them. And this is where they normally go. They always go to this jeweler guy, show love, buy some new pieces. You know, they go into this little party thing, so they probably got some new jewelry. You know what I need to know? Who is MIGOS band's relation to Quavo? Is that a brother, cousin, or is Migo Bands down with Prince family? That is what I need to know to clarify, because clearly he's seen everywhere with Quavo, so I'm assuming that's a family. So that's his brother. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Stop the presses. This is bad, y'all. This is bad. This is real bad. This is bad. This is a bad situation. Because if Migo Bands is Quavo's blood brother, and it's a possibility that Migo Bands allegedly shot Takeoff and killed him. This is a messy situation, because it's either your brother gonna go serve that time, or somebody gonna have to come up with some sort of alibi, some sort of story to cover this one up. Because the Prince family had guns too. So you mean to tell me all this time I'm doing these videos, the Migo Bands guy is Quavo's brother? I mean, how deep the rabbit hole goes with this one, fam? This is crazy. So that's his blood brother. It's crazy. How do they get out of this one? That's the crazy thing. How do you get out of this one? If you allegedly made a mistake and killed this man, how do you get out of that? Because we know Quavo is not going to throw his brother under the bus. That's not gonna happen. I'm just letting you know that. I'm just gonna let you know. He's not gonna throw his brother under the bus. This is gonna have to be a situation where they can prove that his gun did in fact murder this man. But don't expect Quavo to come out in the public and say, yeah, you know, my brother accidentally shot. That's not gonna happen. Even if he did, he's not gonna come out in the public and say that his brother did that. Now that I know, based on the chat, because remember, I don't know these people. I'm just reporting the news, reporting the stories, so you can get the information. So now that I'm learning that Migo Bands is his brother, this is a messy situation. Somebody's saying Migo Bands didn't kill him. How do you know that? How do you know that? You're the detective, you're the one examining the shells. Like, how do you know that? You're just going off what somebody else said? Everything is alleged. There's no facts. There's nothing here. This is alleged. We're having a conversation. You understand? See, everybody trying to pin it on somebody. See, we're not going to have that game playing around here. Multiple shots was fired, and Takeoff was hit 3 times. No matter what went down, if anybody was pulling a gun and a trigger that night, they're going down for murder. There is no way out of this one. Whoever was shooting is going down. So it doesn't matter who did it. Everybody's going down. Y'all need to check those laws and find out what's going on. Listen, I don't think people understand how serious this is. Look, if me and you beefing, we pull out guns, we shooting each other, right? I pull out my gun, I shoot you twice, you bleed out and die, but my partner, he was also shooting. He ain't hit you, but he was shooting. He shot off like 10 shots. He coming with me to prison too. Because once they do the investigation and they realize that his gun was blazing off, he's coming with me. Regardless, they ain't gonna be like, oh, yo, Ringo, your gun is what killed him. So you're going to jail. Oh, bro, yeah. You could go home. Or I could go home. Yeah, you could go home because you ain't hit him. Your bullets just hit the wall. You have a bad aim. No, we all going down. So whoever was shooting that night done. That's why the pops came out and said, you can't hide behind me on this one. You can't hide behind me on this one. You do something foolish, you going down. Because people are saying it was some dude in a yellow hoodie. I heard all of those stories already. Listen. I seen pretty much every video where everybody's talking. You understand? I watch these YouTube streets to see what other people are saying. Everybody do, right? Some things you can just take it as, it's alleged. But what we have is actual evidence in terms of video footage showing people of interest. People are going around saying that some dude in a yellow hoodie or something like that is the one that shot Takeoff. We need to see video footage of that because there's no video footage as of yet. And if there is, then I didn't get that yet. But I don't believe anything about anybody in a yellow hoodie. I'm not buying that story. You know what I mean? We need to see the footage of who was arguing with who. Because I'm hearing that it was allegedly Quavo arguing with Jazz Prince. That's what I'm hearing. You understand? And I'm hearing that people were trying to mock him and provoke him with some sort of jokes or something along those lines. You understand? So when Quavo walked off, he said, let me get out of here before I hurt someone. So Quavo wanted to hurt someone. Who was the guy Quavo wanted to hurt? That's the question. Who did Quavo want to hurt that night? Because I don't understand why rappers want to be gangsters now. These guys weigh like 140 pounds talking about they going to hurt somebody. I don't understand how you're going to hurt anybody. I don't understand that. You a rapper, you can't be in the street acting gangster. It's not going to work. The streets is going to eat you alive. You know? Doesn't even make no sense. You see? Because at the end of the day, you have to really open your mind and consider things from every angle, because a lot of things is transpiring right now. And a lot of people are just believing lies. You know? They're just believing lies. They want somebody to blame, but you got to look at who's holding the gun. Who's holding the gun is the guy we have to question. Who's holding the guns? People getting mad at messengers. I'm just reporting the story, bro. Don't get mad with me. Go out there and find the killer. If you out in Houston, you supposed to know what the streets are saying, right? So you should be reporting on this news. But see, you're not doing that. Other people got to do it because nobody has balls anymore to actually talk. Everybody want to hide, including Quavo, the Prince family guys. Everybody's in silent mode. Nobody don't want to talk. Listen, if I'm innocent and I didn't do nothing, I'm gonna be like, look, y'all need to bring whoever this is that came forward. But see, they all know who did it. They all know who did it, but nobody's speaking. They're trying to let the law figure it out. But because it was a messy situation, it's going to implicate a lot of guys. A lot of guys are going to get caught up in this mess. You know? Let's go.
He just stopped by, hanging out, and buy some new stuff.
Describing 28-year-old Takeoff as a soft-spoken guy who always kept to himself.
Takeoff is the one, very, very quiet, so nice. I've been around with them so many times.
He says the loss has been devastating for the hip-hop community.
Losing You know, lost one of the member, like Takeoff, is a very big loss.
You see, they all up in the jeweler store doing what they got to do, getting some jewels. You clearly see Takeoff there chilling. And you see Quavo in the background, kind of just doing whatever he's doing, sitting up in the jeweler's chair. You know, figuring he got that type of privilege just to be up in the man's chair, which is, to me, you know, you're not really supposed to do that. But the jeweler pretty much let him just do whatever he wants because he's probably spending a lot of bands. It is what it is. But anyway, let's go.
Now, we did see investigators back out here today gathering information and surveying the area.
Quavo don't have to have a gun. Quavo's the director. You understand? See, if you're doing a blood sacrifice, a hit, or even if somebody's just getting lined up, you don't have to have a gun, right? But I don't see how could Quavo be out in Fifth Ward or just being around the street and don't have a gun. Like, this doesn't even make sense. Everybody else carrying guns except you? That don't make no sense. You see? You're supposed to have your own protection. Where's your security at? Oh, yeah. They on them phones. They probably texting each other back and forth. That looks very suspicious if that's what you're saying, Jacqueline. That could be a fact right there. It's like I'm watching the same thing on my end. I'm looking at it and I'm like, He's sitting back texting. The other dude is on the phone, like probably saying, look, so-and-so, we're going to get this thing going. It's a lot of things, man. A lot of things going on behind the scenes.
Houston police are continuing to urge anybody that was out here that night to say something.
Nobody's going to say anything because everybody's cowards. We live in a land full of cowards. You know, everybody's from the streets, everybody's hood and gangster, but when people get killed, all of a sudden everybody goes silent. You know what I'm saying? All you get is them damn crickets. That's it. That's all you get. Everybody's from the streets. Everybody want to talk about code of ethics and all this crap. Nobody have any love for Takeoff. None of these folks have love for him. If they did, they would come forward and clean this mess up. But because it's a messy situation, everybody's staying quiet.
Reporting in downtown, Brittany Ford, KHOU 11 News.
Still trying to figure out who fired the shots. Brittany, thanks for the update.
Well, we are approaching 44 hours since hip-hop artist Takeoff was gunned down in Houston. And while HPD is keeping their investigation close to the vest, new videos are revealing more about what happened before and after the shooting. ABC 13's Brianna Connor joins us live with the facts we've confirmed so far and what we're still trying to find out. Brianna?
Houston police haven't released any information about a suspect in this case or
Notice they haven't released any information about a suspect in this case. Isn't that interesting?
even a person of interest. But there is a lot of cell phone video out there from early Tuesday morning at this bowling alley, and it's the best evidence we have to help us understand how and why Takeoff died. Video obtained by TMZ shows the heated argument that happened.
There go your boy, MIGOS Bands. You see that? That's MIGOS Bands. That's your boy. Where the police at? Where the investigators at? I thought people got love. So Quavo, you ain't trying to give up your brother? Is that what it is? You don't want to give up your brother. I get it. You don't want to give him up. Even though your nephew is dead, you don't want to give up your brother, right? I get it.
Near the front doors of 801 Billiards and Bowling early Tuesday morning. You can see a man dressed in all black.
Yeah, that's MIGOS Bands. Like, what's taking the investigators so long to figure this out? Everybody online know who he is. Y'all all there talking about a guy. Why the news media is not saying, oh, his name is MIGOS Bands. That's what he go by on Instagram. Why nobody's talking about that? I get it. Because Negroes have this mindset of, oh, we're not supposed to say nothing, you know? We're supposed to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to just not speak about nothing. That's the world we live in. A bunch of crabs. There you go right there. That's the guy. Hey, news media, while you're sharing a news story, the guy you're looking for is right there. But see, nobody's talking about it. Y'all can't see the cover up. I'm telling you, man, this is like one big joke when you really think about this thing, fam.
Holding on to what looks like the handle of a gun. About 10 seconds later.
See him right there? That's him. MIGOS bands. Yes, that's right. That's the same guy.
You hear someone.
You see the red in the bag? Let me see if I can get this thing. Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
And hollering.
There he go. You see that? Man.
About disrespect.
Look at the gun. See, he's holding the gun right there. He's holding the gun right there. We know who he is. He's Quavo's brother. Why the industry ain't talking about this? Why all the rappers in the industry isn't talking about this? Why the Jay-Z's? Why the 50 Cents? Why all these rappers that I know they tune into the internet? Why nobody's talking about this? Why nobody's saying, hey, Quavo, your brother need to turn himself in. We need to check his weapon, find out what's going on. But see, we know his weapon is most likely thrown into a river somewhere. You're not going to hold on that gun. See, they're going to ask about where that gun at. And he ain't going to have it. But yet the video shows that he got a gun. Quavo, where the gun at? Did you tell your brother to turn in that gun so the police could find out if his bullet is inside your nephew's head? You heard what Jay Prince said. He said, whoever did this, you can't hide behind me. So if it was Jazz, if it was, MIGOS bands, if it was some other clown somewhere up in there, y'all need to turn y'all weapons in so we can find out who bullet is inside his brother's head. Own it up. You're from the streets, right? You gangster, right? You ain't scared. Come on. Come on, man. Y'all don't got no fear. Y'all from the hood. Remember 5th Ward? You from the streets. Y'all ain't afraid of nothing, right? Okay, so come forward. Don't be a coward. Come forward into the light and show yourselves. Show yourselves. Bring all your guns so the police can investigate where these shell casings came from so we can find out, did it come from your revolver? We need to find this out. You don't got nothing to be afraid of. You didn't do it, remember? You ain't do nothing. Don't be a coward. Oh, I get it. You're a coward, right? Yeah. You're a coward. Everybody's gangster until ish get real. Then all of a sudden that gangster goes out the window. All of a sudden dudes want to go church now and find Jesus. Now they want people to pray for them now. Nah, we not praying for you, fam.
Eventually, one group of men walks away, but just seconds later, the man in black seemingly points a gun before chaos breaks.
Notice that. Notice that. Notice the bag. Are y'all paying attention? That's MIGOS bands. Yeah. MIGOS bands. Look at the bag, fam. It's all on the screen. Yo, Chief. Where you at? Chief. You said you was gonna solve the case. Case is pretty much solved, fam. Like, what are we waiting for? You see the bag, you see the red, you look at the video, look at it right there. You see the same bag, navy color, shirt, pants. That's MIGOS bands. Do you see that? And he got the gun in hand, pointed. Do you see that? Now, I'm not a legend. This is a fact. This ain't even alleged. That's him. Do you understand me? That's him. This is not I'm a legend. No, this is a fact. It's right on tape. So, what are we waiting for? Where's the warrants? Y'all could have been issued that warrant already. We're just bringing him in for questioning, that's all. Nobody has been arrested yet. We just want to question you. You got that weapon, bro? We need to see that weapon. Bring that weapon on in. We need to see that weapon. Bring that weapon in, bro. Don't be afraid. You gangster, right? You want to carry, you want to do what you want to do? Okay, cool. Bring that weapon in. We need to see it. We need to examine that weapon and find out that everything is good. So don't feel no type of way. You know, it is what it is. You from the streets, remember? So let's get back into this thing here. So we could clearly see that's MIGOS bands. He was up in the car earlier. We're going to watch some more footage from another content creator. I'm going to react to what he had to say regarding Houston, because it appears that he live out in Houston. So what better information than to get something from people that's out from Houston? We want to hear what Houston is saying. You know what I mean? So let's take a look again, find out what's going on.
This next
Wow.
video shows what happened right after those
Check it
gunshots
out.
went off.
Check it out. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
A black SUV speeds
Wow.
off from the venue, running a red light in an attempt
Wow.
to get away from a party advertised by Jay Prince Jr.
Wow.
where
Notice that, fam. Notice that. Y'all not paying attention. Notice that. Somebody got up out of there, man. Whoa. Isn't that amazing?
Takeoff was killed after those gunshots went off.
Look at
A
that.
black SUV speeds off from the venue, running a red light
Running
in an
red
attempt
lights.
to get away from a party advertised
was
by
that?
Jay Prince Jr. where Takeoff was killed.
And how is it that people were able to have that footage recorded? Like, who's recording all this stuff? And how is, yo, when I tell you, man, all the people that are investigating this, in my humble opinion, they're all bought and paid for, allegedly. Listen, with all due respect, Chief, I don't trust you. Chief, I'm talking about the chief of police, that chief guy. I don't trust you, bro. I'm sorry, I don't. Listen. I'm doing more better work than your so-called investigators. I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm doing better work than them. Seriously. They're not even doing no work. Y'all playing games. I don't trust the chief. I believe the chief is embedded with the Prince family, allegedly, because it appears that these guys, these police people, they know these rappers, fam. I just don't believe this, man. It doesn't even make no sense. I'm talking about the chief from the earlier videos that I did where he was talking about how he's going to get down to the bottom of the crime. He's going to solve the case. And yeah, he was very confident. He was talking about how he's tired of the violence. Okay, you tired of the violence? Make that call. Tell everybody turn themselves in. Why is it taking so long? How hard is it to investigate this? This is easy. This is very easy. You get all the tapes from that facility. We see somebody speeding out on a car. Somebody just sped up out of there in a black car, and they ran the lights. Where's the license plate number? Y'all got cameras on every street corner. Let me tell you something, fam. Let me tell you how this world is full of ish. Let me tell you how. Check this out. There's street cameras everywhere. Google Map can literally make you travel through an entire state just by that camera. And you can literally travel the whole place. You know why? Satellite, cameras on every street corner. The technology is there. That black car can be traced. With all the cameras that is in these streets, if they really wanted to find that car, all they got to do is pull the tapes of every camera in every store, at every turn, everywhere that car go, another camera is there. They can solve this case. They just don't want to. They just don't want to. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Anybody can get got in terms of caught. If you commit a crime in today's day, you can get caught. There's no hiding. You could run from the scene. There's a camera in that store, a camera in that bodega, a camera in the liquor store. There's cameras everywhere. While you running down the block, dipping and hiding, jumping in a car, there's cameras everywhere. They could trace back all those cameras right back to your crib. So who was in that black car? All these people who claim they investigators is full of ish. None of them are investigators. That's just for TV to make us believe that these people are doing their job. At the end of the day, everybody's in on this thing, allegedly. That's my piece on that. They don't want to find out who it is. They don't want to find out. It's just like when crime happened in the subway, how nobody ain't get caught. Oh, somebody pushed somebody in the train tracks. We don't know who did it. How? How you don't know who did it? This is crazy. How you don't know? And there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. But you don't know nothing. That car sped up out of there. Y'all saw it with your own eyes. But everybody gonna act like, we don't know what's going on.
Today, the medical examiner ruled his death a homicide, saying he was shot in the head and torso.
Shot in the head and torso.
We want to find justice for this family. They're going through a lot right now, and the only thing that we can do is hope that y'all reach out and assist us in any way.
The last update from Houston police came out Tuesday afternoon. They have not released any more information about...
You see that? You got all these people there. Listen, all those people need to be brought in for question. What are we talking? What are we waiting time for? What are we wasting time for? I'm hearing some other boxer was there. Some famous boxer named something. I don't even know his name. But if you go to Jay Prince Instagram, you'll see that same boxer plastered all over his page. I don't know what his name is, but he was there. Okay. Why the police ain't investigating him? Bring him in for questioning. Come on in. We got to talk to you, bro. What went down? You were right there. Bring everybody in. Everybody. We got to get everybody's story. Yeah. Everybody. Line them all up. Quavo, we sending for you. Send a car to pick up Quavo. Jay Prince, we're going to need to talk to Jazz. Send him over. Got to talk to him too. Hey, yo, MIGOS bands. Yeah. Come on down the station. Hey, all you ladies that was online talking about you going live, we need y'all to come on back. And we're gonna literally talk to each one of y'all. We're gonna put this whole puzzle together. But they're not doing that. Those guys are home relaxing while Takeoff, he's in the outer world, in the shadows, trying to figure out how he got here. He's looking around like, what happened? All he can remember is there was an altercation, and then he's in the outer world in the shadows. Y'all sent him in the other life. You guys, y'all did that to him. What a shame. And now Quavo's trying to protect his brother. Because he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna put his brother out there. He's not gonna do that. I can guarantee you that now that y'all just told me that MIGOS Bands is Quavo's blood brother, he's not gonna give him up. That's just a thing that brothers do, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are brothers, regardless. Like they, it's just one of those things where it's like, even if your brother did it, you would just rather the investigators figure it out. And if he get caught, then it is what it is. But don't expect Quavo to come out and throw his brother under the bus. It's not going to happen. He's not going to do that. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. And it's so crazy. He's holding that gun and somebody right behind him is filming. Who's that person? Who's the person that's filming? Those are the people we need to talk to. Who's filming? Who got MIGOS Bands? Y'all showing it. Who's that? Who was filming this dude? See, nobody don't know. You see that? Who was that? It's almost like, who are these people? Everybody's filming stuff, but we don't know who's filming stuff. Are all these people in on this, man? This is crazy, bro. See what else we got.
Whether witnesses have come forward.
You see the bag? You see the bag, fam? Same bag. That's MIGOS Bands. It's very evident and clear. I don't know why the police ain't talking to him yet, but hey, let's go.
the identities of the two people who survived the shooting, or if they've identified a person of interest or suspect. 801 Billiards and Bowling also has not responded to our request for comment. In Houston, I'm Brianna Connor, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
I mean, time to give me my flowers, you know what I mean? I don't want them later on when I ain't here. I mean, time to give me my flowers, you know what I mean? I don't want them later on when I ain't here. I mean, time to give me my flowers, you know what I mean? I don't want them later on when I ain't here. I don't want them later on when I ain't here. I don't want them later on when I ain't here.
Wow. Y'all heard what he said. He want his flowers now, not later on when he ain't here. You see that? He want those flowers now, but guess what? Now he's not here. Now he's not here. Now this set of footage from another YouTuber, he gonna mention his name. This footage I ain't seen nowhere, but for whatever reason they got this footage showing these particular guys earlier in the night. So we're gonna take a look at this particular situation here. Let's check this out.
He in that candy thing without the swing. He in that candy thing without the swing, man. Hold up. Hey, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You see that? That's Takeoff right there.
We got a little bit of straightening going on. You feel me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, nephew. Hey, man. That's how we rock. Put that in the back. Hold on.
Got that big old boxer back there.
Hey man,
Got that heavyweight back there.
Don't think we playing.
Thank you, man.
Don't think we playing, man. Hey man, we got a little bit of straightening going on. Yeah, the biggest. I see nephew in the back seat back there.
See that?
Okay.
See that? You see MIGOS bands in the back seat. You see the other brother in the front. You see Quavo. Everybody was out there, right? All of this is online. All of this is online. But yet, it's like nobody is pretty much investigating anything, right? Nobody don't know nothing, right? Nobody don't know anything, right? I'm just crazy. I'm the bad guy because I'm making the videos. The video guy. Yeah, he's the bad guy. Yeah, Ringo's the bad guy. Yeah, for making the video. But yet those guys record themselves out in the street. They record themselves. Why? Because they want somebody to see them. So now that I'm making you see them, I'm the bad guy, right? It makes a lot of sense, right? Let's go.
We sliding through the town, man. We sliding through the town.
How we get down?
Got the birthday boy with me.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th ward. Like this motherfucker now. I got one for you now.
Hey, man, say, man, you already know what I'm about to say, man. It's the most hated blogger in Texas, Real Tune TV.
That's Real Tune TV. That's the YouTube channel where I got this particular clip from. It appears that he's out in Houston, I believe, assuming. So he's pretty much going to explain a couple of things. We want to break this thing down to find out more about what's going on here. So let's check this thing out. Let's go.
Back to you with another Real Tune TV exclusive.
Now you saw you saw Takeoff. He just threw up the Satanic hand sign. Y'all all seen that, right? Let me see if I can rewind that back. Cause we gotta put this all out there, man. We gotta put this out there. We have to.
Unfortunately, I'm about to say, man.
Let me see.
It's the most hated blogger in Texas, Real Tune TV. Back to you with another Real Tune.
You see that? There you go. There you go, fam. There's no way around that. Hey, your boy Takeoff. Takeoff know what it is, fam. I'm just letting you know. Listen. Yeah, it's messed up how the brother went out, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. You don't want to believe this. But Takeoff, he know about those sacrifices. I'm gonna leave it like that. You see the hand sign. He's telling you what he down with, man. I'm just letting you see it, fam. It's right there. It's very clear. They know what they get involved in, man. Look, look, I get it. You a fan. You got a lot of love for these rappers and whatnot, but they know what they signed up for. They know about the rituals. They know about the sacrifices. Him throwing up that satanic hand sign, he's telling you who he's paying homage to. He know what it is. He just didn't know it was his time for that contract. But he know. Make no mistake about it. He know good and well what's going down. Right? So let's get into the footage. And I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of this because that's crazy right there. Take a screenshot of that. Because people think that a lot of these rappers ain't out here dancing with the devil. A lot of these guys be dancing with the devil, man. You know? Nah, it's not. It is not just a sign. I don't know the context of your comment. I'm talking to King Casso. He said, it is just a sign, bro. Nah. You would have to explain more about what you mean by a sign. It's not just something you just do with your hand. In the industry, you must understand how this thing works. And see, a lot of you cats, y'all got to know the signs and the codes and what you're doing. This is not, listen, let me tell you something. Check this out. Let me get the other camera. Check this out. Shut the music down. Check this out. If I come out to your hood, right, you are part of a gang, and you see me do something with my hands, doing something like some gang signs, all right, and you know those signs, you would assume I'm with the gang, right? Right? Okay. So once you understand that, certain gangs have certain hand signs, certain greetings, the way they greet each other. They know who is who. You understand that? So when you in the industry and you throwing up the satanic hand signs, you throwing up the 6, you telling all the elite and everybody, you down with it. You know what it is. Listen, ain't no mistake in this. You didn't make a mistake. You're not just trying to look cool. You know what this is. And a lot of these artists is down with the Baphomet, man. People just be acting like they don't know. Keep going out there. If you're one of them dudes that ignorantly throw up hand signs and you don't know what you're doing, you need to chill with that, bro. Because you're literally paying homage to Satan, bro. You throwing up the devil horns, you're telling everybody, I'm down with the devil. And I'm happy to be. That's what you're telling everybody. You know? You got to recognize what you're doing, fam. Seriously. You just can't be out here just throwing up hand signs thinking everything is gravy. It's not. Him throwing up them hand signs is a clear indicator that he's for the cause. He's for the cause, man. It's right there in plain sight. I ain't making this up. You know? It is what it is. Let me see what's going on here. Let's play the tape. Let's go.
TV exclusive. Unfortunately, we come to you reporting the news of Takeoff's murder in Houston, Texas. Yes, Takeoff of the MIGOS was reportedly shot and killed after a dice game gone wrong. Now, there are several things that I want to get into before we actually get into what actually took place between the MIGOS and the alleged shooters. Now, you got to understand that when rappers go to California, that they know that they're in the red zone. They know that they need to move right. They need to check in, or there may be another Pop Smoke situation. There may be another PNB Rock situation. The list in California is long. There can be a Sauce Walker situation. Okay? If you're a rapper and you wear a lot of jewelry, you are a target.
You are a target. If you come to a city and you don't understand the rules, you're a target automatically. So these guys were targets. They just didn't even know that. They thought because of their status that somehow they good to go and they could just walk around blindly and think they safe. They were all targets, fam. All of them.
Don't care where you are. That's not just true for California. That's true for any city within the United States. Hell, anywhere around the world. It just so happens that in California, that's their game. That's their get down. Extortion, robbery.
Wow.
Cheap dope. That's how they make their money. Well, Houston, let me tell you, is not the safest city. They have a saying out here called "Don't mess with Texas." And that's for a reason. Houston is one of the most, if not the most dangerous cities in Texas. That's the city that Quavo and Takeoff found themselves in, having a great time. See, there's an illusion in Houston that will make you think that Houston is not a deadly city. The illusion is that everybody is getting money. You see, everybody is getting money. There's a lot of money floating around. So you may have murderous killers hanging around with rich rappers. Why is that? It's because the street niggas look like you.
Wow. He said the street ninjas look just like you. And that's how it be. A lot of these rappers, they pull up, y'all got the chain, the bling, and the street dudes look just like you. They got the drip, they got everything just like you. Fly, same way. And you think that y'all the same. No, y'all totally different, you know? And unfortunately, situations like this happen. Just like the other jeweler guy that got caught out there, and he got killed too. You see, and they tried to blame Boosie about that situation. All right, let's go.
It's niggas who are particularly street niggas who might have 4-5 chains on, 4-5 rings on, 4-5 bracelets, and be a killer.
Wow.
And be a pimp.
Yep.
And be a drug dealer. They're not rappers. And so a lot of times rappers come out here and get around these people and enjoy themselves, not realizing the situation or the turmoil or the danger that they're actually in. Now, let's just talk about it, right? This time last year, just a month ago, we saw a murder with an artist who was recently signed to Kodak Black. I believe her name was Lotta Cash Desto. Well, what happened to Lotta Cash Desto is that her car got flipped. Her and her girlfriend get killed because somebody pulled a drive-by on her car. Meaning that it doesn't matter where you are. If there's money on your head and somebody's willing to collect, you in danger. Especially in Houston, Texas. Now, the situation that occurred with Quavo and Takeoff is very peculiar. The reason it's peculiar is because they did everything right. They checked in.
They checked in. They did what they were supposed to do. And for whatever reason, Takeoff checked out in a body bag. That wasn't supposed to happen.
So there's two groups that you check in with when you come to Houston. Two main groups, right? There's a few more. But for the most part, as an artist, there's two main groups that people usually check in with. You check in with TSF, Sauce Walker, the Sauce Talker, the KID, the DID, the Kid that did, Mr. Albert Mondane Walker, right? You check in with TSF, you let them know you here, and you thug with them. They're going to have you fully protected, all things TSF
Red flag.
Here. Now, we know that Sauce has had his particular run-ins outside of the city of Houston. But in the city of Houston, he's like a god. I can't lie. This is coming from Real Tune TV himself. Okay, he's pulling up in 10, 12, 13 cars. You know, he has niggas around him who he's known his whole life and who's also certified to deal with particular situations, right? So you may not have security being around Sauce Walker, but you have security being around Sauce Walker. You know that you're secure. The other group is Rap-A-Lot or Mob Ties. Well, so let's talk about Rap-A-Lot and Mob Ties for a second. Similar to Sauce Walker, they have ties in the streets, okay? So
listen, man, why would anybody want to be around this mess? Like, seriously, fam. Like, just listening to this guy talk and how dudes have to check in order to be on the safe side. Why would you even want to put yourself in a predicament like that? Why would you even want to do that? Whatever happened to just getting your money, buy some property, and just live, have a barbecue by the house, you know what I'm saying? Cook up some burgers, put the steaks on, like watch the game. Whatever happened to just living the good life? Dudes want to be in the streets with the thugs and the gangsters and killers now. I don't understand this, man. This is just like, it's like grown men are still acting like little boys now, man. And then you lose your life in the process. You lose your life because you're trying to show off, you're trying to hang out, trying to live it up with the thugs. It's like you got something to prove, I guess, right? You want to show everybody that you can hang with the gangsters? Is that what it is? Takeoff should have never been there, but then again, that's the life he chose to live. At the end of the day, that's the life he chose. It's unfortunate that he got lined up, but he chose that life. He chose the life, and you know, it is what it is. People get upset, but he chose that life, man. Let's get back into this.
Sauce Walker hails from the south side. Rap-A-Lot hails from the north side. The north side, particularly 5th Ward, is one of the most notorious hoods in Houston and the most dangerous hoods in Houston.
Now, he said the most dangerous hoods in Houston. So why would Quavo go there? Why would Takeoff follow them there? Why would y'all be out there? This is crazy, man. These guys, like, do they have a death wish? Like, what's the matter with these guys? You think I'm making $1 million? I'm hanging around a bunch of hood dudes all day, smoking and drinking for what? Why would I do that? I got a lot to lose. It's crazy stuff, man.
Jay Prince said that Denzel Washington stayed at his grandmother's house in the 5th Ward. So it's no secret that Rap-A-Lot still moves around in the hood. And I can tell you, quite frankly, they're one of the most respected families in the streets and the entertainment industry in Texas throughout. As a matter of fact, they're not just one of the most respected families, the most notorious families in Texas, but in the world.
So let me get this straight. They're the most respected family in the world and in the streets. So could that be why the police is not really doing much about this case? Could that be why it's taken so long? Could that be why all this evidence is all over social media, but nobody's using it? I get it. It's because, yeah, they're respected, right? This is the same guy who wrote on his Instagram talking about live and let live, and you know how we as a people, we don't show no respect and we don't this and that. So that was all a bunch of fluff, right? Don't really mean nothing. This is crazy. So basically they're feared. When you say respected, do you mean like honorable men or do you mean feared? Because when you say respected, that doesn't sound like honorable men. Sounds to me like a lot of people fear them. And that's why they say they respect them. Not because of anything in terms of quality and morals and values, but out of fear, they respect them. Okay, I get it. That's what you're talking about, right? Okay.
It said that Jay Prince himself had a sit down with both Puffy and Suge trying to stop the beef between Biggie and Pac. We can continue going on about how Jay Prince is the boogeyman, how he finessed Irv Gotti out of millions. We can go on for days. But I think that point is already clear and that pen doesn't have to get pressed, right? But we also should note that when YB got robbed in the city of Houston, Jay Prince was the one who got his stuff back.
Okay, so if he got his stuff back, then surely he can find out who killed this man. Right? So if he's the man, if Jay Prince is the man, the boss, the executive, he sets the executive order on what's supposed to go down in these streets, and he could get people's chains back. Anybody get robbed, he could get you your chain back. You know what I mean? Your whip gets stolen, we could get that car back. Whatever it is, Jay Prince can get it back because his word is good, right? Okay, cool. Now, in this particular situation here, can Jay Prince pretty much, with all the people that respect him now, right? All those people that were there at that party, if they really respected him, would they all point out who was pulling them triggers? Would they all do that? I don't think so. They're not going to do that. They're going to try to hide behind Jay Prince because they don't want none of that smoke that's going to come. They really don't. And see, this is the problem. Everybody want to be gangster until it get real. There was no reason for those guns to come out. You know what I mean? I just got word, somebody hit me up on the gram and they said something about somebody with some Prada shoes or something like that. Shout out to that person that sent me that message. Now, let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's talk about that. Find out what we have to say about that. Now, I seen that as well in the video where it looked like if somebody, like before the shots rang out, it looked like somebody that was wearing Prada shoes or something like that, by their foot movements and the way it bend, it's like if they threw a punch. So now we need to find out, did somebody get punched in the face? Who was that? Who was the one in that clip with those Prada shoes that threw that punch? Somebody got punched. Nobody just their feet don't just twist like that. That's when you throw that punch. Now, hold on a second. Wait a minute. We got to examine something here. Something just came to my mind. Now, let me see. Hold on a second. Something just came to my mind just now, and I'm thinking about this. When it couldn't have been the boxer, right? Because the boxer was standing next to looked like Takeoff. If you really examine all the footage and all the tapes, because who else would throw a punch? A boxer, allegedly. We're just throwing that out there. Because I don't know who threw that punch. So we're just alleging this. But there was a boxer there, and he was standing right around where Takeoff was, a little bit more forward, and Quavo was a little bit on the side. So if you look at that tape, it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility, man. Listen, if the boxer allegedly threw that punch, he's done. Career is over. Yeah, because they're going to look at that as a means of how this even started. And then the chain reaction took place. Somebody said, Kimberly said, it was a boxer's punch, bro. But who did he punch? Somebody said they claim that footage was Quavo. Nah, Quavo had walked past. That wasn't Quavo. Because if you look at it, MIGOS bands was standing there, and then Quavo walked past, and that's when the commotion with that situation popped off. It doesn't matter what what shoes or whatever. I'm just saying Prada because that's what I believe the person sent. Somebody saying it was MIGOS bands. That wasn't MIGOS bands. The person's legs was on the opposite side. Y'all got to look at those tapes. There's multiple angles to this situation. No, wait a minute. I'm hearing, hold up. We got to stop the presses, man. This is getting crazy now. Let me see. Kimberly just said, the boxer is signed with J. Prince. Oh, boy. Oh, man. This is getting crazy, bro. This is crazy. So he's signed. The boxer is signed with J. Prince. This is really messy. This whole situation is like really messy. I could just imagine the police chief hands is tied because I know the police chief know J. Prince personally, allegedly. We're going to put that out there. By the pure fact he's in Houston, he's been out there for a number of years. J. Prince and them is out there. It's a very, very good chance that the chief had dinner with J. Prince. So when you think about that situation, his hands is tied. His hands is tied up because now you got possible sons involved, boxer involved, Quavo is involved, MIGOS bands is involved. Everybody's involved, man. This is a messy situation, bro. This is not gonna end. This is like really crazy. It's one big mystery. I don't know how people gonna get out of this one. I really don't. I'm trying to figure this out. If somebody did throw a punch, who did he punch? That's what I want to know. Because Quavo walked off. He said, let me get out of here before I hurt someone. Even though we know he can't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Guy weighed like about 140, 145 max. He ain't hurting nobody, right? But he said, let me get out of here before I hurt someone. Who was he throwing that threat to? That's what I want to know. Who was Quavo threatening that he's going to hurt? Because at this point, if you at an event and all these other guys got guns, you outnumbered. The only guy that got your back at this point, based on what I can see, is MIGOS bands. Was that the only guy that's a shooter that was with Quavo and Takeoff? Was that his security, his brother? This is a mess, man. Man. Y'all gonna have to call Inspector Gadget on this one, bro. Let me see. Caught in the crossfire is definitely accidental. It's accidental, yeah, but who did it? Can't we just get to the point of who did it so we could wrap this case up? Who did it? Just come forward and that just make it easy. Serve your time. If MIGOS bands did it, if Jazz Prince had something to do with it, because I'm hearing Jazz Prince and Quavo was arguing. Because remember the story somebody put out and they said that they said something along the lines of Quavo was losing money during the dice game and he started mouthing off at the wrong guy and he started getting aggressive. And then the other guy shut him down, was like who the F you talking to, bro? Like seriously. You need to recognize where you at. So now, who would Quavo be doing that towards if the party is one of the Prince family's birthday? So they rented out the spot and invited Quavo and his nephew over there. So who would Quavo be arguing with? Because if they're under their watch, remember they had to check in. They had to check in with Houston, right? So if you check in, everything should be good. You shouldn't have to worry about nobody killing you, right? Surely. I mean, if I check in, I don't expect to die. I don't know. Well, based on the medical examiner, he was shot 3 times. Takeoff was shot 3 times. Y'all heard the news clip that I played. I didn't make that up. They said 3 times. 3 times he was shot. So how does a man that's innocent, didn't do nothing with nobody, he don't got no beef or nothing, how is it that he gets shot 3 times and everybody else get to go home? That don't make no sense. This is crazy. I don't know what else to say regardless of this, man. This is wild. This is a wild situation. But let's continue to tape. Hear what he got to say.
When Steve Francis got robbed at a Sauce Walker concert, Jay Prince was the one who got his stuff back. Unfortunately, when a life is taken, that's something that you can't get back. Now, you see in some of the last videos before Takeoff was killed that they were with Jazz Prince. So the way it typically works is Rap-A-Lot is a big family. Okay? So you don't have to be cool with Jazz Prince, who signed Drake. You could be cool with Junior, who signed Finesse 2 times. Okay? You could be cool with Jay Prince, who managed Floyd Mayweather. You could be cool with Mike Prince, another Prince. There's a lot of Princes, and they all have power and pull of their own accord. And then they also have the power and backing of the family, as well as the Rap-A-Lot mafia. Unfortunately, there was reported to me that there was a dice game gone wrong.
That's what we all heard.
So there was no foul play on the part of Rap-A-Lot, who has plenty of artists in and check in when they get here. T Grizzly, Sada Baby. All of these artists are coming down here. Kevin Gates, Tory Lanez. When these artists come down here and they check in with Rap-A-Lot, they have no issues. Takeoff, who is the youngest Migo, comes down here, and apparently, as it was reported to me, there was a dice game and a shooting occurred where people were running, trying to pick up money, and Takeoff happened to get hit. Okay? Here's one of those situations. See, Lil Boosie was accused of having something to do with the murder of the jeweler who was killed after the dice game in which he was around. The fact of the matter is that people don't understand how volatile dice games are, how bad a dice game can go in a matter of seconds.
That's true. This is why I don't understand, like, why these guys want to be around dice games all day. Like, why do you even want to be there? Like, that doesn't even make no sense. Like, you guys got money, y'all busy making bets. You could go to the casino. Like, you could literally go to a casino and gamble in a safe environment where you don't have to worry about nobody killing you. Like, it doesn't even make no sense at this point.
Have a bunch of people with a bunch of money gambling it at high risk, probably shooting $100 bets. This is Houston now, big money going around. $100 bets. You got street niggas, killers, Bloods, Crips, shooting dice. And then you have a rapper around. When some things occur, a lot of times rappers don't know how to move. I'm not suggesting that Takeoff didn't know how to move. What I am suggesting is that rappers should not be around a dice game. You see people like Lil Baby around dice games all the time because that is the environment that he grew up in. That is the environment that he's from. But better believe that Lil Baby knows the consequences. He knows the risk that he's putting himself in. See, dice games aren't the most high risk because it's a gamble. It's good gamble. And it usually involves people with money. But it involves street niggas. And when you're in the streets, there's 2 things you can expect. And that's prison or death.
Prison or death. I just got a message in, and I'm looking at it to the person that I'm not going to shout you, like, share your name or anything, but I'm looking at the shoes, and Let me see. Definitely look the same. Looks the same. I'm gonna have to double check that video because how could he throw a punch? How could Migo Bands throw a punch if he's holding the gun in one hand? You know what I'm saying? Like he was holding the gun. He had his hand on the gun, the right hand on the gun. So when you saw that scuffle, I'm gonna go back and look at it. I'm gonna definitely go back and look at it. Because it could have been that he just had the gun in the pocket and possibly threw a punch, but who would he be throwing a punch to? Because it seemed like he's the muscle for Quavo at this point. I don't see nobody else at that event protecting Quavo and Takeoff. It seemed like the brother, Migo Bands, is the only one there that's the muscle for these guys. I don't see nobody else there. It seemed like they were arguing with Jazz Prince and them. And for this to go down, who would he be punching? Did he try to swing on Jazz? Like who? This is what we need. You know? Because there was a woman that came out talking about there was no dice game, there was no issue over no dice game, that Quavo was in the middle trying to break up a disagreement between two groups. That would be crazy now. That would mean that this party wasn't really a private affair. It was rival groups at one party. That doesn't make any sense if it's a private birthday celebration. It doesn't make any sense. So something had to go down, and possibly the brother probably let his brother get out of harm's way and he stood the ground and he probably pushed somebody. Something had to happen. I don't know. You know? Now, eventually the truth is going to come on out. You know what's so funny that you brought up that Chucky doll situation? That was very suspicious the whole time with that Chucky doll, man. Listen, I was watching that the whole time. So by the pure fact you brought that up, that seemed to have been something that was a clue also. Because the person, I don't even know if it can't be no damn kid. There had to be somebody had to have some weapon on them, man. Because they had that all up in the front like it was to hide something. But again, we don't have the footage, so everything is alleged, man. Yeah, I don't believe it's an accident. I'm with you on, you know, there's no way this was an accident. Look, I believe that he was targeted. That's why I called it a blood sacrifice. And I believe that Quavo knows about this situation. That's why he ain't talking. And people be thinking that just because you family that this don't go down. Listen, a lot of you in the clouds, you and your family don't even get along. So, you know what I mean? You already done know what it is. Y'all know the vibes on that. You can have family and you and your family don't get along. It is what it is. You can have family and they're your enemies. Your family will line you up quick. Your own cousins, your own cousins will line you up. You know? What did Biggie say? He said your own moms will line you up, bro. Your mom will line you up, man. Sad to say, but it happens, man. You know? That's why you gotta be careful, man. You know what I was thinking? Could it have been a situation where somebody's gun accidentally went off? This is just something to throw out there. You know? Like, I always thought that it could have been a possibility that somebody's gun possibly just went off. There ain't no call-in numbers on my show. I don't have call-in shows. I ain't dropping no links. Right? You want to call Crime Stoppers. Tell them what you know. Tell them, look, I'm watching the stream and I have word on what's going on. Talk to them boys, not me. You know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, T. I believe that Quavo lined them up. I know that's difficult for a lot of people to bear that type of information, but I've seen things like this happen, man. Friends, family members line people up. They line their own family up, kill you, man. I've seen stuff like this happen out in the streets. Family, brothers, cousins line up their cousin over some beef. Even in the music video, you heard Quavo said something about my man's, you know what I'm saying? He smashed my lady. You know what I'm saying? Could it be possible that Takeoff allegedly was messing with one of Quavo's women? Allegedly, and that it pissed him off to the point where something like this can happen? You would be surprised what dudes do for some vagina, bro. Dudes they'll line their brother up over a woman. But yeah, let's get back to the story, fam. Let me see what we got. Find out what more he got to say.
And so as a rapper doing street shit, there's two things that you can expect. Not guaranteed, because you're still a rapper. You get to go back and be a rapper, but you have to make it through that part. Unfortunately, young rich nigga Takeoff didn't make it to that part. The Rap-A-Lot family hasn't made a formal statement about the situation.
Well, yes, they did, but obviously that's because this video is a little older. But we know that Jay Prince made a public statement about that. But it's interesting. We got the statement from Jay Prince, but we ain't getting nothing from Quavo. We ain't getting nothing from him. We ain't getting nothing from MIGOS bands. We ain't getting nothing from everybody else that claimed they were at the police station. Where are all their statements? Why we don't have a bunch of people going live to talk about this situation, man? I'm just tired of how we as a people treat situations. We talk about how we got love for everybody and all this other stuff, but when stuff get real, that love goes out the window. All of a sudden, nobody got no love for nobody no more. Everybody trying to protect themselves now.
We will keep you updated, but as I said, doesn't look like any foul play from them. It's a wrong place, wrong time. Dude was around the dice game. It happens. Now, let's look at the video a little closer. You can see a man with a red shirt. That's Quavo. We have another picture of Quavo where he's throwing up mob ties, which is the two fingers crossed in a red shirt. That's how you know that that's Quavo in the red shirt. And then you see the video or the picture of Takeoff. Man, it's so sad. My prayers go out to Quavo. My prayers go out to Takeoff's family. My playoff goes out to Offset, who's the other Migo that they are not cool right now. But even though they're not cool, I'm sure he didn't want that to happen. That may be what it takes to actually bring Offset and Quavo together. Takeoff was the quiet one. Takeoff was the one who was out the way. That wasn't meant for Takeoff. Whatever occurred was not meant for Takeoff.
If it wasn't meant for Takeoff, listen, if it wasn't meant for Takeoff, why did he get shot 3 times? Who was the target? Who was the target then? If it wasn't meant for Takeoff, then who was the target? That's all I'm saying. Who was the target if it wasn't for him? You know? Who was the target? Because Quavo already walked off. So why would if Quavo walked off and he went that way and the bullets is going this way, come on, man. And 3 of the bullets conveniently hit Takeoff. That means Quavo was not the target. Even though he was arguing with somebody He wasn't the target. The bullets didn't go to him. The bullets went to everybody near Takeoff. Come on, man. Y'all can't see this, man. It's a messy situation. They played it out exactly like they said it would. A messy situation. And that's exactly what it is.
Prayers to the Prince family. Prayers to everybody involved in the situation, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Real Tune TV. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out.
There's no way around this, man. There's no way around this stuff, fam. This man was targeted. There's no way. He was targeted. The song title is Messy, and the whole situation is messy. It's happening right before our eyes. You gonna tell me this is not a messy situation? MIGOS bans is Quavo's brother. I'm also learning that Offset is not even their cousin. That's what I'm learning. I don't know.
Man, I just had a crazy ass dream, bro. About what? About what? About what? That's shit.
See? Messy. See, the dream that he had was that he had to take him out. You see? Yeah, a headshot. Listen, somebody shoot you in your head. They were aiming for you. That's not a mistake. That's not an accident. You shoot somebody in their head, man. You had that listen, you've been at the gun range. So that's another thing. Who out of that crew was at that gun range? Somebody got a good shot. Whoever shot him in the head be at that gun range. Trust and believe me. They've been at that gun range practicing just for that moment.
Ew.
What the fuck was that?
Ew.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Oh, that's a good point. Hold on a second. Kimberly got a lot of information. She said 911 call says shots came from the second floor also. Now, I'm glad you brought that up because there's some more information, not necessarily that I got, but just something to throw out there. If you notice, fam, there was camera footage from like another location showing Takeoff on the floor from like an adjoining building where people were zooming in. I don't know if anybody's seen any of that footage. Could it be a possibility? And we're just throwing this out there. Could it be a possibility? Put on the right music. Could it be a possibility that there was another party present on an adjoining building with a scope? That's a headshot. You don't make those kind of mistakes. Could it be? Because if you've seen the footage that I've seen, I don't know where that clip is. I'm gonna have to probably try to find that clip. But I played it in one of my streams where you saw the body of Takeoff on the floor and it looked far away on like an adjoining building somewhere. Or like somebody filming from their window. I don't know where it's from, but how do these people post this footage and it comes online? I don't know. Could it be? Because remember, where they were standing, it's an open area. So now Kimberly is saying that, let me go back to the comment. She said 911 call says shots came from the second floor also. See? Could this have been planned to look messy so that it can implicate those guys, whereas the real killers, they already got away. Who was in that getaway car, the black car from the beginning of the video? Who was in that car? Because we saw the car that those other guys were in, so who was that? Who was trying to get away? They were running all the red lights. I'm thinking it's gonna be a possibility that shots came from other sources as well. They were in an open environment on the 3rd floor. The pool room was in the inside. They came on the outside, they started arguing. So what really happened? Could somebody had scoped Takeoff? That's a possibility. A headshot, you don't make mistakes shooting blindly. Shot somebody in their head. So easy. And he get hit 3 times? Fam, listen to me. Nobody just get hit 3 times. Somebody's targeting you. What's that movie called? The Manchurian Candidate? Is that the name of the movie? See, stuff just starts coming to my mind when I'm doing these streams, fam. It's a weird situation. But y'all remember that scene? I'm assuming that's the movie, The Manchurian Candidate, where one person was said to have taken the shot, but it wasn't them, somebody else did. And it was made to look like one person did when he didn't do it. Remember that scene? Or I'm just going crazy. I don't know. It's crazy, man. Shot 3 times in the head is no accident. With the way he was leaking, fam, I think he got shot twice in the head. Twice in the head. And I think they said something about torso or around the neck area. They were aiming to take him out, bro. That man, listen, come on, man. Somebody said, let Ringo know there's another video out there saying the deputies were involved with the event too. It says the deputies fired shots as well. Well, we're going to have to find that video, man. We're going to have to find this one. This is getting even more crazy now. This is a mess. He was bleeding real bad. Bad. Like I said, I have the video, but I'm not even putting it on my Patreon page. I said I was, but I'm just not putting it out there. I have the raw video. I don't know. Somebody put up some good quality somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you where, but it is what it is. I'm not going to put it out there. I was going to put it on the Patreon, but I decided not to put it, if you notice. Those on my Patreon probably wondering where the video at. It's a messy video. Messy. That guy head was, they did him dirty. You understand? And also, if you watch the clip, because like I said, I have the clip when everything was going down. It shows him getting shot. Not clear, but you see he was moving at 1 minute, and then you just saw him just go. So he got hit in the head. Somebody targeted him. But what I'm saying is, we know other guys had guns. We know that. But could it be possible that somebody had a scope aimed it perfectly? Boom! Took him out. Could that be it? And because of that shot, it triggered everybody else to pull out their guns and start Nobody ain't listening, man. I'm trying to put the pieces together. Look, if I know your crew got guns and we got guns, we're not gonna start blazing unless we hear a shot. If we hear a shot come from you, we shooting. Could it be possible that and if you notice the shots, it sounded far away. I don't know if anybody peeped that, but the shots didn't sound like right there. It sounded like it was coming from somewhere else. So could it be that somebody else started shooting and it created a chain reaction where everybody just started shooting? They need that footage, man. We need footage from inside that area so that we could pretty much put this puzzle together, fam. Seriously. We need that real footage, man. Because it's not looking good right now. It's not looking good at all. Yeah, that's definitely possible, because if you hear one shot, you're gonna be like, yo, who's fronting on us? Like, yo, how y'all gonna start shooting? We shooting back. Because if you think about it, right? When the shot started going off, you saw Migo bands like started shooting blindly, right? Because he didn't know where it was coming from. Think about. It's making sense, bro. If he know who's shooting, you don't think he gonna point that gun right at them? In the video, it's like he didn't know where it was coming from. Could it be that there was a third party? Could it be that somebody else was lurking in the shadows, in the dark, in the booth? And they started letting off from maybe another balcony or on the other side. The gunshot sounded a little away from the commotion of the argument. If you really have ears to hear, it didn't sound like it was right there. Trust and believe me, man. I know sound, man. Sounded like somebody was shooting from another area. And once they heard that, they like, where's coming from, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, yo. And through that commotion, this guy get 3 bullets. Another thing I want to know also is the 2 people, the dude and the female that got shot, were they standing next to Takeoff? That's another thing I want to know. Were they standing next to him? If they were standing next to him, this man was targeted. Everybody was emptying their clips towards them. There was a bunch of shots. That was a lot of shots. For an argument, that didn't sound like gunshots when it's an argument, man. If you from the hood and you hear that many shots, that's not some little argument. That's a beef, bro. Somebody was settling something. That's not your normal everyday, we arguing, I'm pissed off with you, so we're going to let off all these shots. No, that was some personal business. Those gunshots sounded like, look, I'm trying to take you out. I'm not trying to make you come back. I got to take you out. Y'all know how it is when you're in these streets and you hear them gunshots. You can tell when somebody just probably practicing or somebody getting taken out. You could just know, yeah, there's a body outside somewhere. Just by the way the gun was letting off. Bra, 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 bra. When you hear shots going like this, when you hear it like that, that's personal. Somebody emptying that damn clip on you. If you just hear somebody's running. You know what I mean? Somebody's running. So it's like, they ain't get them. But when you hear that emptying that damn clip, that person is right there. They got them on target. They know what the hell they doing. So based on this situation, it could be a third party. It could be somebody on a balcony. And based on what the lady said, Kimberly, she said something about a second story, police 911 call. Man. Let me see. And that's something that Quavo said. He said, let me go before I hurt someone. I didn't like when he said that. Those were some strong words. I want to know who he directed that to. Everybody was there, so they know who he was talking to. Why can't people just come forward? Everybody's scared. Who was Quavo talking to? He said, let me go before I hurt somebody. That right there, if you say that to a street dude, he gon' pop off. I'm just letting you know straight up and down. That's a threat. You can't do that. You a rapper. You not in these streets. You can't go, you in someone else's city. You let me go, man, before I hurt somebody. What? Yo, he talking to me? Yo, you gonna flip out. You gonna flip out. Something happened. Yeah, Jackie, I had talked about that in I think my first or second live stream about this, where there was like some text messaging that they said he was being aggressive with somebody over losing badly in the dice game. And the person that he was doing that to was they didn't mention who, but they said something about mob ties. So that would possibly be somebody from Jay Prince camp. I don't know if it's Jazz Prince. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that there was an argument between them two. And allegedly, I'm hearing that Jazz was getting annoyed. This is all alleged. That he was getting annoyed with this dude, Quavo, talking greasy. And you're like, listen, y'all got to watch how y'all talking, bro. See, this is why you don't belong there. You know, this is why you don't belong, man. Let me see this. Somebody said they said Quavo was arguing with Junior, Prince Jr. All right, so let me get these names straight so I'm not confused. Jazz Prince, right? Who was in the back seat of that car? The birthday boy. Who was that? Who was the birthday boy in the car? Because I need to make sure I have everybody's names. I don't want to be confused with who's who, because I don't know none of these guys, none of these Prince guys. We all know who the Pops is. We already done know who he is. Yeah, of course, when dudes are scared, they start popping off and shooting people. Yeah, that happens all the time. Jay Prince and his crew left right after. So is Jazz Prince Jr. or was it the dude that's in the back seat? Because I'm confused. Jazz Prince was the driver of the car, the red car. That's Jazz Prince, right? I need to get all of these names right so we know who's who. Yeah, I know Quavo ain't gonna hurt a fly. We already saw that with the interview with, when they were interviewing, who was it? I think it was, what's this guy? This YouTuber dude, man. What's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. Academics. When Academics was getting under the MIGOS skin. Remember that interview? And they were getting them riled up. And I think Joe Budden threw down the microphone and the MIGOS got pissed off and all of them stand up. I started laughing when I saw them stand up because I'm like, you guys ain't gonna do anything. I could just look at you guys and know y'all not about that. Y'all not about to get down. You know what I mean? I know that. So for Quavo to be mouthing off and getting mad because he's losing, I think that triggered a situation, if that in fact happened, allegedly. Jay Prince Jr. and Jazz Prince are so there's two sons. Okay, now we got something now. So Jazz is the dude that's driving the car, right? Junior was the one that was in the back seat, the birthday boy. So the party was for him. See, I need to make all of that clear. So then that's a whole family. They got a bunch of sons and people that roll with their team. Okay, so somebody said check Ringo, check your Instagram. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right, let me see what we got here. Yeah, I'm checking right now. Find out what's going on here. Let me see. Well, I got some stuff here. I might have to check that. Let me see. I might have to check that. I don't even know. Let me see if this opens up because I don't have Facebook. Oh, it opens up. Let me see. Somebody said Quavo was the target, not Takeoff. I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm gonna have to look at this after. I'm gonna have to look at that after the show because I don't have time to investigate while I'm streaming. It's like multiple things happening, but you know, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check it out. I don't want to play that now because I have to look at it first before I go ahead and start talking about it. But let me see. Somebody said they subbed during the blood sacrifice video. Yeah, that's crazy. The video is wild. Jazz and Quavo are tight. That's what I'm saying. They in them pictures. I showed y'all the pictures earlier. You know, I was showing y'all these pictures. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see these guys here fishing. You know what I mean? These guys out here, you don't just go fishing for nothing. You know, fishing is a very relaxing activity. You know what I mean? Just go out there and chill. So these guys out there chilling. You know, we got that already. See that? You see them over here doing what they do, right? So it is what it is, man. See that? Throwing up the 6. They were in that car right there driving around in 5th Ward. All right, so yeah. So yeah, that the video, if in case you missed it, we went back into the sacrifice video and discovered some more pieces to the puzzle that people may have not seen. We all know about the contract. You know, it's very clear, it's evident. I basically added in the elevator scene and the scene when they came in from the front door and you saw the skeletons, because a couple of people were sending me other pieces. They were like, you should check this part out too. So I mean, I seen them in the beginning, but I never implemented them in. But I added it in this stream so we could kind of just talk about it to see that this was all orchestrated. But if Quavo was the target, the intended target, and the video messy points to Takeoff, like I said, I'm gonna examine what you sent. So I'm gonna see what's really good, what's going on with this. A couple of people sent me stuff. I can't answer everything at one time. All right. So yeah, you see the situation here, right here on the screen. You see the skull and bones. Anytime you see skull and bones, man, you got to recognize that's some danger, that's some death. It's not looking good. It's not looking good when you see skull and bones, man. Not saying that if you have a skull and bones shirt, you're done. I'm just saying this music video, everything around death is around this dude. Got the Ghost Rider, skull and bones, man, death. The woman outside is trying to warn him. The video is directed by Quavo. So Quavo is the director of this joint, bro. Said got all these guns on the table. Who fight is this? I gotta go look up the lyrics for this song to find out if that's what he said right there. Because he said he got all these guns on the table. Whose fight is this? You know? This is crazy, man. Let me see what this person said. He said, this ninja just need views. Clearly he's misleading himself. So let me get this straight. I need views. I'm misleading myself, but you're here giving me views. This ninja need views. Let me give you a little education about YouTube. YouTube is a business, all right? Everybody that comes on YouTube that do videos, they do that because they want views. You came here and you viewed. I don't know you, right? I didn't call out your name. You kind of just clicked to give me views. Who makes videos and don't want no views? Like, where do you people come from? I mean, is everybody crazy? And this is why I have my chat on private, because I normally keep my chat on private because you figure when people are supporters of the stream, they come into the chat room with some common sense and they don't come in there to be disruptive and argumentative and crazy. The person said that I'm just looking for views. You're right. That's what we all do on YouTube. You're not making any sense. Like, you think this studio was built so that I could just sit here and talk to myself. Of course, I don't want no views. Everybody could leave. I'm just wasting my time. You know, all my supporters helped me to build this whole setup. Just so I could waste my time. I don't want no views. Matter of fact, I'm just deleting all my videos. I don't want no views. Some of the most craziest things I hear on social media, man, when somebody come into the comment section and says, bro, you just doing this for views. You know, you can stop that by just not viewing. You're here because you saw that title and you couldn't wait to hear what I gotta say. Or maybe you work for them boys. Maybe you don't like the fact that the information is going out there. Could that be it? See, a lot of people out here working for them boys. But see, here on Ringo TV Reactions, we provide you with the best content on YouTube. Nobody does a better job. I'm the best in the game. Hands down. That's why they mad. That's why they mad, bro. I'm serious, bro.
I'm like, who let her? This bitch got past security. I'm like, who let her? That broke bitch in, cause she too messy. Who the fuck them broke boys with? Get out my section. Get out my section.
See, he can't understand why he did it. His blood is on his hands, man. You can't see the blood.
That pour the muscle, that broke bitch in, cause she too messy. Who the fuck them broke boys with? Get out my section. Get out my section.
Why he trying to get the blood off his hands? Why he holding his head? Why he looking at Takeoff? Cause he know what he gotta do, fam. It's right there in your face, bro. It's right there in your face, man. He know what he gotta do. You know? He did what he had to do, bro.
Just pour the broke bitch in, cause she too messy. Who the fuck them broke boys with?
Wow.
Get out my section. Get out my section. Just pour the muscle.
Yeah, we sliding through the town, man.
Hey, man. It is what it is, fam. So I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'm gonna go review what was sent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got any more info, or whatever the case is, any more info you think I need to talk about regarding this situation, just hit me up on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw. And I'll pretty much look at that and see what's going on. And that's about that, fam. So you know, you already done know what it is. You already done know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Ringo TV Reactions.
Oh, yeah. Money, money in my pocket. Lights on now. Yeah. Money, making money. Niggas be looking at me. Rolling on the block, man, I'm getting paper. Rolling. Looking at me, I'm looking so fly. All of these niggas, they looking at me, man, wishing to die. Chilling in my car,
make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Paper. All of these bitches out
Ringo TV
here,
Reactions.
Man, they want this nigga. Rolling. Niggas be holding out. Don't wanna give a nigga his flowers. I'm a boss. See me flexing on the road. Window down, top down. Shades on, blinged out, ringed out. Designer on, nigga looking fly. How could you hate on a nigga that be doing well? Mad niggas, they up in jail. Niggas mad because I'm doing well. Whole time and I'm smelling good. Niggas out here up in the hood. All day I'm popping. Bodies they dropping. BK I'm rapping. Niggas out here half stepping. Niggas talking, they bitching up. Online they trolling. Lights on, drip where people stare. Everywhere. Yeah, I'm rolling in the top, chilling in the drop. Making money, man, I'm doing this non-stop. Rolling, hot, I'm top now. BK, I'm rapping, niggas out here half stepping. Speeding through the night, yeah, window fly. Roll the window down, make the music play.
Alright, y'all, I'm getting on out of here. It is what it is. Ringo TV Reactions.
Rolling through the hood with the top down.
You already done know what it is.
Money, making that
y'all have a blessed one.
Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where are the ladies at? Going up and I be flipping in. Came out and I be ripping in. Ripping down that top down. Rolling with my windows down. Spinning rims. Rolling out.
Y'all take care.
On. Money here. Looking fly. Dressing up. Shades on. Looking good.
We out of here, fam. Ringo TV Reactions. Subscribe today. Click the notification bell for all, and we'll catch you in the next video. We out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.